Hello, everybody, and welcome back to Real Talk. I'm Aaron Miller.
I'm Andrew Vick.
And we're going to be talking this week about sports. It's all about sports movies that you've come to know and love, and it's all going to be here this week. So, first thing, before we get deep into the sports, though, we got to be talking newsworthy things. So, let's get to see what was poppin'. So, the first thing that happened this week was, what was it? How do you pronounce it?
Joaquin Phoenix.
Joaquin Phoenix is starring in the new solo Joker movie. Is my mic doing it again? Let's see. We're just gonna roll with it. There we go. All right, we're good now.
Flawless.
Thank you. But Joaquin Phoenix, would you care to elaborate?
Well, yeah, like a couple weeks ago, like a lot of like Joker movie stuff started leaking, and then there was this official like 30-second promo of like Joaquin Phoenix in like normal clothing, and then turning it into like the clown makeup that we all kind of know to love, although kind of different than what we've come to know. Like he's got a lot more color on his face, and I'm pretty sure the hair is green. I'm not entirely sure.
It's green. The hair is green. There's a couple more behind the scenes shots they got them of that scene in the subway.
Yeah, the subway.
The subway scene and all that is where you see the green hair and everything. It's a slow transition that you see, and I think this is just the beginning of what you see with it, which I think is really good of them just kind of giving a little sneak tidbit. Because come to think of it, he's got a lot on his shoulders after the previous Joker. I mean, everyone's been talking about, like, he's not going to be as good.
You think Jared Leto left him anything to work with?
No. Well, not Jared Leto. I'm talking...
From Jared Leto, it's only up.
Yeah.
It's only up from there.
I'm not talking about Jared Leto, though. I'm talking about The Dark Knight. Heath Ledger.
Jack Nicholson, both really good Jokers.
Yeah. Jared Leto, I wanted to...
That was... depressing.
With Jared Leto, it was just different in a way, and I didn't...
It was too bad.
It was too bad.
It was bad.
It was disappointing. But we're going to keep moving here now. Andy, you informed me earlier this week as well of Deadpool 2 getting another re-release on DVD.
Well, no, not really DVD. It's going to be re-released in theaters. And
what?
Yeah, it's re-released in theaters and as like a PG-13 cut, I believe. And it came out the news like 2 days after the Dark Phoenix trailer came out, and it's coming out late December, and it's supposed to be called The Deadpool Before Christmas. And fun fact about this moment, that's actually the same kid who played the grandchild in The Princess Bride.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. So it's supposed to be
cool.
like a Christmas movie, I guess?
So the PG-13 one that's coming out for Christmas is like is it still Deadpool 2 or is it like...
I think it might be, because if you look at the book, that's the moment from Deadpool 2 when he's ripped in half by Juggernaut.
Okay, so they're just going to make it a more Christmassy vibe.
I suppose.
That'll be interesting. I'm looking forward to seeing that.
I am too. I'm actually really excited for the Deadpool Before Christmas.
Yeah. But otherwise, for news... We just really stink at doing mics, I guess.
What do you want from me?
We're so glad that we got mic adjusters around here. It's so great. Someone give that woman a raise. But otherwise, then...
Before we continue with like the news, I just want to point out that I called this happening like months ago. Like if you want to go to the next slide, there's that tweet.
Yeah.
I tweeted this back in May, and I said Deadpool 1 was released in February, so it's a love story. Deadpool 2 was released in May, so it's a family film. So I thought, does this mean Deadpool 3 will be released around November/December and will be a Christmas movie? So really, I completely called this moment without even realizing it.
Andy's a weatherman when it comes to movies.
Even though it's technically not Deadpool 3, I still think it counts.
It's great. So in our forecast coming in for Deadpool 2 is a PG-13 around Christmas time. So now that we've gotten to weather with Andy, we're going to go out in the field to something that we do of a message from Coach Clint out in the field for what's popping, dealing with sports. So here is Coach Clint all the way from Disney World. Clint, how you doing out there?
This is Coach Clint. And now you guys all know Aaron. And the reason why he is the way he is today is because I was tough coaching. Now just to let you guys know, we're here at the Grand Floridian down in Florida, and I want you to fulfill your passion, whatever sport there is. You got football, basketball, baseball. But if you want to sit there and provide like reading or the arts or anything like that, that's a sport too. Because life is sports. And you always are competing against your coworkers, against other people out there that you're trying to get the sale or build something better than the other guy. Remember, sports are life.
All right, so that was my dad, Coach Clint, kind of talking about me a little bit and how I, in sports and everything like that, every sport that you do is not just sports. Anything you're passionate about, and if you work hard for it, you can achieve anything. And that's the thing that we want to bring to you guys today, is that no matter what you work to achieve on, that's what sports is about in general, is that you work hard to achieve those goals, and in the end of it, be passionate about what you love. Like he was telling me there, is that I love filming, so keep working hard and you keep doing your filming. But on top of that, that was filmed at Disney World. My parents are at vacation there right now while I'm here at college, so thanks, Mom and Dad. Thanks for not taking me with. But yeah, they're about to go to a nice dinner at the Grand Floridian or something like that, so it's nice to hear from them.
I'm jealous.
Yeah, I'm jealous too. But coming now after the news here from this of what's poppin', we're going to be doing a debate here of Space Jam 2. That's right, you heard right. There is a Space Jam 2 in the works here with LeBron James. It's going to be all here at Real Talk right here after this commercial break.
Look at you. You're at the top of your game. You're unstoppable. Nothing can throw you off track. Wait, is that your car? Uh-oh. Yeah, I saw that coming. That will throw you off track. You're looking at around 10 grand in fines, legal fees, and increased insurance rates. Let's try this again. Smart move. Because buzz driving is drunk driving.
I adopted Bento in 2010 from a shelter. This cat makes me make art. He's my best friend, but a lot of people know him as Keyboard Cat.
Most party fouls? Not a big deal. But if you decide to drink and drive underage, you could lose your license and your freedom. Underage drinking and driving. The ultimate party foul.
All right, so whoa. We are back with an abrupt start here. We're getting you guys jacked here for the sports. That's how we do it. And now that we have your attention, we have to discuss about Space Jam 2. But before we get into it, why don't we watch the first original trailer of the first Space Jam?
When the world's greatest athlete, Michael Jordan, teams up with the world's best-loved cartoon character, Bugs Bunny, you won't believe your eyes.
Pardon me, Mr. Jordan. Could I have your your John Hancock?
What's going on here?
We need your help! You heard of the Dream Team? Well, we're the Mean Team.
Ready?
Yeah!
Doc,
Yeah.
you kick it in here. You go to the hole and dominate. We on defense.
Oh, yeah.
Whoa, I don't play defense.
Warner Brothers presents Jordan, Bugs Bunny.
Special delivery!
Together, they just might save the world. Space Jam. You've never seen anything like it.
Ah, man, doesn't that bring back memories of when Space Jam, the first one, came out? It's been so long since the first one came out that, well, you know what? Warner Brothers just decided, let's make another one. That's right, Space Jam 2 is in the works here, everybody. And what are they going to do? They're going to have LeBron James get back with the whole Looney Tunes gang, and it's going to be a good time, it seems like. But this is the debate that we're going to be having today. Is Space Jam 2 really necessary? So, since it's about sports this week, I thought we'd have the hosts of Blue Nation join us here today. So, Ben and Bryant, thank you for joining us on this great debate of seeing if Space Jam 2 is necessary or not.
Yeah, thanks for having us.
All right, so first thing off the bat is we're going to go pretty much just start with you and what you think of it, I guess, and then we'll go back and forth and see how it goes from there.
All right. No.
No?
No.
This does not need to be made. I just like to say I'm a devout Michael Jordan fan.
Mm-hmm.
So, and I'm not a huge LeBron fan, so I just think it's completely unnecessary. Michael did it. He did it great. They're just going to redo it. It's just a money deal. It's not going to be that great, I don't think.
I kind of agree with what you're saying, but I'm going to go pro on this just to see how we can do on this, is that being that I was thinking about it this way too, of it being that when Space Jam 1 came out, it was when we were really, really little. Now you have all these other little kids, and if you come to think of it, LeBron James, I'm not saying that LeBron James is better than Michael Jordan, but I'm just saying that that is like what a lot of people see as the Michael Jordan of today. And because of that, they see him as an idol, and so it'd be interesting to see him back with the Looney Tunes again. Maybe they do it as a continuous story, or it's just maybe a rehash and a remake completely. But on the other fact of it too is that it's just gotten such an old movie that it might be good to introduce this same story again with people that they relate to for a new generation of kids.
I don't know, man. Like, yeah, sports. But to be honest, I'm a big Michael Jordan fan. Don't get me wrong. I love Michael Jordan.
Yeah.
I hated Space Jam.
Really?
Thank you.
As much hype,
Man down.
as much hype as last year with Kyle Neighbor, Travis Nyers, and Dalton Hessel have with Space Jam being an awesome movie. I'm missing Ben too, but I was not a huge fan of the movie. The whole cross between live action and an animation, I don't know. I didn't really enjoy it. But this new one with LeBron James, it's going to be like a bunch of other sequels. They're going to try to do the same thing, I think, and it's just a big money plot. And I'm not excited about this. They really don't need to do this.
Right. Would you say though that definitely there would be a visual effects upgrade compared to the first one?
There could be. Absolutely.
That's why I was saying, like, instead of like it looking like Michael Jordan got put in front of a green screen for most of it, it doesn't even look like he's staring at Bugs Bunny straight in the eyes. Like, I've noticed that a couple times now that I've gotten older, that like it doesn't even look like he's interacting with these characters. It's still a good movie. I think it's great that it's one of nostalgia from my childhood. I mean, I remember watching it in my grandparents' camper some nights and stuff like that. I mean, that's where it brings home to heart to me. But if you don't like that movie, everybody doesn't have a movie they don't like. So I totally respect your opinion on that.
But yeah, I mean, absolutely, like you said, like animation in movies has come a long way since Space Jam came out.
Mm-hmm.
And I think there is going to be a lot of different animation, and it's going to be better. I really think that. But the whole plot of Space Jam, it's just I don't see it. I don't know how they're going to build off of this. If they do decide to build off this, I'm not a huge Space Jam guy, so I'm going to put a huge no on this is not necessary. Warner Brothers does not need to do this.
Well, I kind of agree with what you're saying too. I just think it would be, I was thinking of the way of it of a new generation thing, but overall I do agree too that it doesn't necessarily need to be made. It's a classic, and you don't need to mess with classics. I mean, I don't know about you, but it seems that Warner Brothers just can't seem to do anything right these days. I mean, I'm not gonna go straight into the DC universe or anything like that, but I'm just saying, Warner Brothers, can you please get some good writers or something, because you guys are just making very writing, and it needs to... all the way around on Warner.
One more time.
We don't have the budget for a bleep noise.
That's gonna be my new rating system. I either give it a or a yay or something like that. I don't know. Something in the works.
Oh no.
But otherwise, Ben is completely ticked off of you. I hope you guys can work that out.
I'm gonna talk to him like during commercial break, see if we can hug it out or
hug
something
it out.
like that.
I really don't want to be the reason that Blue Nation stopped.
No. We'll be fine. But once again, Aaron, thank you for having me and
thank you.
partially Ben
Partially.
Partially bad. Yeah, thanks for having us, and thank you for joining us on the debate of Space Jam 2. We're going to continue the talk of sports after this with guessing a couple TV tenors in the studio of when they played sports after this.
TV 10 all night.
Really? So was I.
Yeah, well, let's go do it again.
Okay.
Abruptive force
Could you
again.
stop shouting at them, please?
I'm trying to get my point across. And they will listen. But we're going to be talking more now into some of the TV tenors in here, into a segment that we like to call Name That Tenor. So it's going to be guessing on the sports theme of naming that tenor. So the first tenor that's up, let's get a good look at this person here. She's adorable. She's probably like 4'6" at this point. Look at the little glasses that she's wearing. You can go ahead and get a nice zoom in on. We got the glasses on there. She looks cute. She's playing soccer. Does anybody have a guess of who this might be? It might be Abby Randall. Andy, what do you think? Matt Peterson. Matt Peterson. That's a good guess. I could see it. Well, Andy, you got a guess?
I'll go with Abby, I think.
Abby, well, you are all incorrect. It is actually Rachel Schmidt. Yeah. Look at that. Rachel's back here right now. What made you want to go start getting into soccer and everything like that?
My parents made me.
Her parents made her. Isn't that the classic way of when you're a child? I don't want to be here, but my parents want me to. So I'm going to do it just so I can go after the game to get Happy Meals with my family.
They promised me Chuck E. Cheese.
She played through graduation. She's not a quitter. That is the sports way. Let's hear it for Rachel for not being a quitter. Excellent. So we're going to move on to the next one. This one's one of my favorites. Look at this adorable guy right here. Look at that guy. He's playing football. I'm going to say this is about 5th or 6th grade for this guy right here at Oakdale, playing some football. I played some football back in my day. Those were good times. Anybody have a guess who this is? Bryant Rom. Yes, that is definitely red hair right there. No, it is not. It is Jacob Erickson.
Really?
Yeah, that's Jacob Erickson, everybody. Yeah, I know. Get a look at that guy. He's a good-looking guy. Get a good look. That's a good-looking dude right there.
Good kid.
All right, so we're gonna move on to the next one. This one's my favorite. That's a good picture right there. And when he sent this to me, he's like, please use this. I hope everyone gets a good laugh out of it. So as you can see, it may look like he almost got kicked in the groin there, but thankfully his leg was there. So we got him out there playing some soccer. Anybody have a guess? See, it's not that far away from...
Aaron.
Yeah, that's right. It's Aaron, the other Aaron in the studio. Yeah, it's Matt Peterson as the name comes on the board. So for that, I'd say definitely that's one of the best photos we've gotten. So thank you, Aaron, for sending that one in. And then we're going to go, obviously, I think you guys will be able to guess this next one. That's me, everybody. That's me when I was not 6'4", and I'm adorable. I got my poofy hair and wearing a jersey that does not even fit me whatsoever.
In this photo, you look like you were punched by the Invisible Man.
Yeah, I guess it does. What was the question?
Why didn't you let us guess, Aaron?
Because I have a baby face. You can so tell that's still me.
Also, the game is like 5 feet behind you.
So
man.
now one thing, this is a treat for you guys that nobody really knows about. In this picture, there is someone else that a lot of people know throughout the nation. This guy right here, if you go over to the next slide here, that is Henry Ellenson of the NBA Pistons over in Michigan there. Henry Ellenson. I played against him in elementary school, and I still keep in touch with him from time to time. But Henry Ellenson and I used to go neck and neck against each other. I'm originally from Chautauqua. He was from Rice Lake, so we would go against each other from time to time throughout elementary school. So There's a little bit of information and a cool fact about Aaron Miller. He played against a NBA basketball player.
That NBC, the more you know.
Yeah. He was. He also played for Marquette in college, so it was pretty cool. Nice. Andy, did you play any sports while you were in?
I took a nap.
You took the nap. He got first place in napping.
I have 7 Olympic gold medals in taking a nap.
In taking a nap. All right. So, with that being said, this has been our segment on sports for figuring out, name those tenors. I'm sure everyone's enjoyed being able to find out that I went against an NBA player. We got to see some cute faces, such as Rachel's little... How old were you in that picture, Rachel?
3rd grade.
Third grade. And then Jacob's was 5th and 6th, and then Aaron's wasn't that long ago. That one for me was, I think, around when I was 5th or 6th grade. Yeah, that was just last year. Just hit my growth spurt. But on top of that, that is all of that for that segment. So right after this commercial break, we're going to be giving out some sports recommended movies that you guys should go and check out for yourselves. And we'll see you right after this.
If you drive buzzed, it could cost you around $10,000. You'll face major legal fees, major fines, and steep insurance penalties. You could lose everything. Buzzed, busted, and broke. Because buzz driving is drunk driving.
Oh, look, a redhead. Staring contest. You still got it.
I know.
Come alive with the forest.
The dad was cute.
You were looking right at us.
Visit discovertheforest.org to find a forest near you.
Hi folks, I'm Garth Brooks, and I know there's a lot of talk about high taxes and the high cost of health care today. But did you know there's something very simple that you can do to help? And that's just be a safe driver. 1, always wear your safety belt. And 2, never drink and drive. Traffic accidents alone last year in the United States cost all of us over $100 billion. And we all share that cost. So do your part. Get involved. Highway safety is everybody's business.
All right, welcome back to Real Talk, everybody. We are finishing up the show here of what has been a successful theme of sports this week. Sports! And we are going to finish it off by giving you guys some recommendations of what are some great sports movies that you guys can watch right on your television. And I'm going to promote it out there too. Probably a couple of these are on the brand new My TV 10 swank that will be coming out soon. Or is it out now? mytv10.uwec.edu. If you guys want to go and check that out, that's our new swank on that. If you guys, a couple of these movies might be on there. So the first movie that we're going to recommend for you guys is Remember the Titans. Remember the Titans was one of my favorites growing up. It's a football movie during around past the civil rights movement, but you see different races come together to go about coming together as a team, and I just love the film altogether. Do you remember watching this one, Andy?
I haven't seen this one.
You haven't seen Remember the Titans?
Nope.
Andy, you have homework this weekend. You need to watch Remember the Titans. It's a great film. I promise you, it will not be let down. It's a great family film, and it's a good lesson learned throughout of it. All sports films have great lessons in them. That's why they're so good. But the next movie that we're going to be recommending for you guys is The Blind Side. Another film about football. Another great one of, think of it more of socioeconomics in a way of them bringing in a kid who was living in poverty. And this is based on a true story, too. Both of these, Remember the Titans and The Blind Side, both based on true story. This kid being now, who played in the NFL and everything like that. So it's great. It's a great film, The Blind Side. I highly recommend checking it out. It's another one of those great football films that recently came out in what, five years ago now? Something like that.
Was it 5?
I feel like it's longer than that now. Yeah, we grow up so fast.
When did it come out? Like 2009, 2000?
Something like that. Yeah, that sounds about right.
I feel old.
But The Blind Side is a great movie. Go and check it out. But moving on to the next sports film. The Sandlot. The Sandlot is one of my all-time favorites. I see Bryant going back there literally doing a victory lap right now over this movie, so it must be good. I mean, I know it's good. Think of it this way. If you want to go back in time to the 1950s and see how the kids used to play football out in the back, baseball back out in the backyard, this is the movie for that. They cause mischief. They go around and they try and chase a dog down, and it's funny because it's kids making mischief, and it's them playing baseball at the same time. It brings the true American spirit of baseball.
It's the American dream.
It's the American dream, and it's a great family film as well. Highly recommend it. If you guys have not seen The Sandlot, go and check it out. It's great. And then moving on to the next one. This one's your movie, Andy. Free to play.
Yeah, this is basically the closest I'll ever get to sports. So this was like a free movie done by like Valve, who make video games mostly. And this was about like a team that plays the esport called Dota 2, which is sort of like an online battle arena. And it sort of chronicles their journey from like starting out to like going all the way to like the international championship, which is surprisingly has a really large like pool of money. It's normally like $15 million, and it usually gets higher every year. And that's mostly due to like people buying items in game that raises that pool up. So I thought it was really good, and it connected me because I played the game myself since it's free, and I really recommend it. It's on YouTube right now.
All right. So then moving on to the next one. 42. This is probably one of the last ones I think we have. 42. It's based on the true story of all-time baseball player Jackie Robinson. If you don't know who Jackie Robinson is, go and look in a history book, ladies and gentlemen. He is a man of history in itself. We have the actor who played Black Panther playing him as well. So if you enjoyed Black Panther with Chadwick Boseman, you will probably enjoy 42 as well.
Black Panther with baseball.
Yeah, Black Panther with baseball. He just
I think
spawns
that's how
the
the
suit
movie is.
right in the middle of the movie. It's great. He hits a home run. It's awesome. Yeah. 42 forever.
42 forever.
But those are all of the sports movies that we have recommended for you. How we say it in the studio. That's a wrap, everybody. I'm Aaron Miller.
I'm Andrew Vick.
And it's been a really good time talking to everybody. And we'll see you real soon. Have a great night, everybody.